Hello there everyone, my name is Clink and welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. We are now here at the top of Arbiter's grounds after defeating Stalord and obtaining our 12th heart container, and I think it is about time that we go see the Mirror of Twilight for ourselves. So let's head up to the top here, which this part's really interesting to me. I've always liked how you come up here after this, but if you've ever played Elden Ring, you might remember the divine towers that you can go to with the great runes, and this has kind of always felt kind of similar to me. Obviously, I played this game and it came out before Elden Ring, but those parts in Elden Ring always felt really similar to this to me, where you get to the top of this like really big tower and you got to go up a little staircase before you're at the very tippy top to see the thing up here. Weird way to start this, really, but I don't know, that's just kind of how I've always seen these for some reason. And this, of course, is going to be a warp point for us to come back to, because the Mirror of Twilight is quite important to the game and its plot going forward, so it's kind of nice to be able to come back here when we need to. Wait, was there a fifth one? Oh, I didn't see you there. Hello, buddy. Come here. You need to die too. Oh, hello, bats. Alright, let's kill all of these, and now we'll get these two. Come here. You too, buddy. There we go. Alright. And I really don't know what all the stuff we'll be able to do between the next dungeons is going to be. Like, I remember some of it. I know we can get like 1 or 2 heart pieces. Oh, that's just the keys. Okay. I was like, that looks like something. I'm pretty sure we only have 1 more bug left to collect, if I remember right. So we don't really have to worry about those for a little while. Because I'm pretty sure I found the second one in the desert after quite a while. Feels like we spent a good bit in Gerudo Desert before coming into Arbiter's grounds, even though it was only like 2 videos, right? Something like that. It's about time we bring up the mirror, which is shattered. Interesting. I like the big rock right there. You good, Minda? Clearly not, but... we can finally see all the sage medallions up close. A dark entity lurks in the twilight. It houses an evil power. You who are guided by fate, you who possess the crest of the goddesses, hear us. At the command of the goddesses, we sages have guarded the Mirror of Twilight since ancient times. You seek it, but the Mirror of Twilight has been fragmented by mighty magic. That magic is a dark power that only he possesses. His name is... Ganondorf. Dun dun dun! Ganondorf is in fact in the game for some reason. He was the leader of a band of thieves who invaded Hyrule in the hopes of establishing dominion over the sacred realm. He was known as a demon thief, an evil magic wielder renowned for his ruthlessness. But he was blind. In all of his fury and might, he was blind to any danger, and thus was he exposed and brought to justice. I think that's what that said at the end there. I couldn't read it fast enough. Yet... By some divine prank, he too had been blessed with the chosen power of the gods. His abiding hatred and lust for power turned to purest malice. Perhaps that evil power has been passed on to Zant. You're just now figuring out where Zant got his power? It's far too late. Only the true leader of the Twilight can utterly destroy the Mirror of Twilight, so Zant could merely break it into pieces. Once broken by magic, the Mirror of Twilight became fragments, which even now lie hidden across the land of Hyrule. Once he is in the snowy mountain heights. One is in an ancient grove, and one is in the heavens. You who have been sent by the goddesses, you should be able to gather the three pieces. But you must be prepared, for a dangerous power resides in those fragments. And there we go. So that is our mission for the rest of the game. At first glance, this kind of seems like go get the 3 MacGuffins, but I've always considered Arbiter's Grounds to be the first piece because you assemble 4 of them. But there's a lot to unpack with that cutscene now that we know that Ganondorf is in this game. And I also want to head back into Arbiter's Grounds. So I'm actually going to meet you guys over there, and we'll unpack things as we go get that chest. Okay, yeah, very, very simple chest that I just was dumb and didn't see, I guess. So a couple bombs, nothing very important. I guess we can't warp out of here. So I'll just be back outside, I guess. Well, I don't know how I did this, but I managed to get the camera stuck on something and it glitched out like that for a little bit. That was just weird. And we're back outside. Okay, so now that we've done that, we got a few things we can do, including progress the game. But I do want to talk about that cutscene that we saw. So I've got to be honest, I'm not a very big fan of that cutscene, and really Ganondorf being in this game. We'll talk about it more later as we get towards the end of the game with some of the stuff there, but one of my big issues there is just Ganondorf, his reasoning for having the Triforce of Power. Like, I don't think they really needed a good reason for him to have it. Zelda and Link just have their respective Triforces in this game because they're chosen ones. And maybe you can say that the divine prank of the gods is just wording that differently, but I think it's just a really lousy way to word it. And at that point, I'd rather there just not be an explanation for him having the Triforce of Power. I just think it's a really lousy and dumb way to reason that he didn't get executed. But one thing I do actually really like about Ganondorf in this game is how different of a take it is from Wind Waker's Ganondorf. despite them both being the same guy from Ocarina of Time and stemming off of Ocarina of Time. Because the Wind Waker we got in Ganondorf was this very cold, calculated, calm Ganondorf, and I thought that made him very, very intimidating. Meanwhile, in this one, he's just power hungry and has this insatiable thirst for it, really, leading him to a complete rage. He's basically the complete opposite of who he is in the Wind Waker. Personally, I like him in the Wind Waker a lot more. I think he makes for a much more interesting character of one who's, you know, just more calculating in that way. But I at least admire that this game didn't just ride the same coattails that Wind Waker did when it came to Ganondorf after Ocarina of Time. So I'm glad they went with this direction for him in this game. I've always thought that part was really good. But really, my main gripe with Ganondorf just being in the game at all is it takes away from Zant being the main villain and how cool he was on his own. And I just think they could have... Like, I think Zant could have stood on his own as a great villain anyway, even without Ganondorf. But they kind of just put him in the game because he's Ganondorf, then he's cool. And he's the main bad guy of Zelda, but... yeah, just a few thoughts there. Oh, and let's... Okay, this is the hard thing that I struggled with. Let's also talk about the Mirror of Twilight. I've never really understood why Zant breaks it. I'm gonna be honest. If he wants to take over Hyrule and stuff, I don't get why he goes into the Twilight Realm and then shatters the mirror as he's leaving to trap himself in there. It's never made much sense to me, I'm gonna be honest. Don't really get it. If anyone has a good reasoning for it, I'd love to hear it, but it's just little things like that where I think this game's plot kind of starts to fall off a little bit. Okay, don't touch anything, and then we're gonna jump, and we're gonna jump again. We're gonna jump, we're gonna jump, we're gonna jump. Just keep jumping. No! Oh my gosh, I'm so bad at this, I'm telling you. But one thing I do like is the game pretty much goes, okay, we've set up everything. We don't gotta waste time on, you know, introducing a bunch of stuff anymore. Here's the Twilight Mirror Shards. Just go get them. We'll see you at the end of the game. Bye-bye. I really, really like that. The game moves at a really fast pace from this point forward in comparison to the first half. And I'm just gonna be back on the winning attempt of this at this point, I think. Alright, there we go. Finally got it after about another minute or so. There was one time I went backwards near the end. I have no idea how I managed to do that, but there's heart piece number 29. Only 16 more in the game to grab. And let's also go ahead and open the path up here. But yeah, it's just another one of those cutscenes that I find really strange. Even if I kind of like what they're setting up for, like I like the Mirror of Twilight idea. I think it works well as the MacGuffin to do stuff, but it just feels like it derails the plot a little more for me when I already wasn't... What the heck was that noise? When personally I've never found myself super invested in a lot of the characters they set up in the first half anyways. Even if I do really like Midna's journey on her own, but now that we have done that, that's the only thing I know of that we can do at this point out in the world. So let's go back to Telma's bar to figure out where we need to go next. But yeah, other than like the main plot events, which there really aren't many from this point forward, admittedly, I don't really have much bad to say about the rest of this game. I'm gonna be honest. I think the everything we've done since like what, like 7 or 8 parts ago, is all the way to the end, is really good, actually. In fact, it's about as good as Zelda gets. I'd say it's pretty on par with Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask for me. For the rest of the game, it's just got other parts that I don't enjoy as much, but yeah, I really don't have anything else bad to say for the rest of the game almost. So I don't know, hopefully I haven't felt like I'm complaining that much about the game as we've gone, because I've actually enjoyed myself a lot more than I expected to. I knew I would at least have fun, but I've actually had a blast playing the game even all the way up to this point, and it's only going to keep getting better. So especially because the section we're on now is my favorite part of the entire game, admittedly. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. This part's so cool. We're gonna go up to the snow peak next, and it lives up to its name. It's peak, I'm not gonna lie. It's one of my favorite sections of any Zelda game. So cool. Yeah, pretty much every dungeon going forward, kind of like how we came here to find out where the one guy was in Lake Hylia, we need to do that going forward to find our next area. So Ashy mentioned Snow Peak Mountain and headed off, and now we just leave and head over there. So we just walk away and go over to Snow Peak and make our way to the dungeon and do it, and then rinse and repeat until the end of the game. It's great. I just wish there was a whole lot more new sections of the map to explore, because this is the last major section of Hyrule, really. Yeah, there's not another one to my knowledge. Now, if I do have to, I do have to say my one more gripe, admittedly, for the remainder of, oh yes, this is open now. I don't know if we've ever been over here since it opened. Is that I really don't get why you couldn't do the order, this dungeon or the next dungeon, in either order you wanted. It's a really minor thing, but both of them could have been done in either order without any like compromises, really. They don't like need the other item for each other, so I just think they could have done that, give you at least a little bit of choice somewhere. But other than that, things work really well. All the areas are good, the dungeons are fantastic. It moves at a really brisk place. Like I said, it's about as much as I could ask for from Zelda at this point. So yeah, I do wonder if like, I wonder why the pace of the game shifts so much after Lake Bed, or just Arbiter's Grounds, wherever you want to say the pace really shifts at. Maybe they just like spent a lot more time on that in development, and maybe they were just like, all right, we gotta have, you know, X amount of dungeons in this runtime, so they made this half shorter and lighter on the plot, or what happened. And sorry if it feels like I'm going like really fast through all this, but I feel like I'm talking a little too fast, I'm gonna be honest. But yeah, I do find it really interesting just how much the pace of the game shifts. Or maybe they were just like, oh yeah, we've set up everything that we really wanted to. You kind of know all the major players and what's going on. But you know, Ilya's memory still hasn't been restored. That's just kind of gonna sit on the back burner for a little while. Here we are at Snow Peak. I think we could have at least like come in here earlier, but you can't get very far. I love her her outfit here. Clink. What brings you to a dangerous place like this? Ever since Zora's domain got covered in ice, this mountain's been much colder than usual, yeah? Not only that, but I heard a really weird story from the Zoras. Apparently, the beast that lives somewhere on this mountain has been seen frequently in Zora's domain. I was curious, so I came and waited, and as they'd said, a giant appeared. Yeah, it looked like this. Got Ashy's sketch. This hastily drawn picture shows the creature Ashy saw holding a red fish. Okay. Apparently this thing's been stealing red fish from the village. I want to investigate further, but I can't see the path through this blizzard, yeah? I'm sure you're here because you're curious about the mountain, but you'd best not go in without a plan. So I think you can do this section without getting this, possibly, if you know your way through the mountain. But we essentially just need to get the scent of this fish and follow it through the mountain to find the path. Otherwise, it's kind of like the Lost Woods in like Breath of the Wild, where it's just a big open area and you can't really tell where you're supposed to go. But yeah, if we just like show this to some people, Prince Rallis is quite skilled at catching that type of fish. Where is the prince? So we need to go talk to Prince Rallis. That's right. I actually did forget about that part. I think that, or I thought we would just show it to someone and they'd be like, yeah, yeah, you can catch the fish at this point. But now that I'm seeing that, I don't think we can catch the fish without talking to Prince Rallis. Because I'm pretty sure he gives us something, which we know that he is over in Kakariko. Since we brought him here from, you know, Telma's bar. So we'll go see what's up with him at this point. I think we left him off resting in the room, if I remember correctly. So we'll go over there, over at the inn, and see if they know where Rallis is at. And hello, guys. Oh, Clink. I heard from the shaman that Ilya might be able to get her memory back, and the Zora boy opened his eyes. They both seem pretty sad. Okay. He's up and about, but all he does is go to the graveyard behind the sanctuary and pray all day from morning until night. He prays. Okay. That's what I thought. I thought he was in the graveyard. So we'll head over there and see what we can learn from him about catching fish, since I guess he's pretty skilled at doing that. At least getting this red fish that we need. Was this one was the graveyard, I think, right? Can't believe I'm already forgetting. So let's see. Hasn't even been that long since I was playing the game. I don't know, it's only been like a week or two or whatever. I recorded the Arbiter's Grounds in this like right after. And yet I'm already like, what was I doing again? That's fine. I feel like I feel like I'm getting right back into it. The main thing is just gonna be remembering what pose I have and haven't done. But we're at least over halfway done with those now, so. Hello, Rallis. How are you, buddy? Is your name Clink? My mother came to me in a dream. She showed me your image. She spoke of a youth who would save our domain and seal my fate, one named Clink. I must thank you for all that you've done. If there is anything I can ever do for you, please tell me, please. Oh, right. We show him the thing. The Beastman of the Snowy Mountain, perhaps. More important is this red fish it is holding. It must be a reekfish. This is a rare specimen found only in the Zora village. It feeds on a valuable type of coral, and without that bait, even our best fishers cannot catch one. Look closely, Clink. My earring is made of this coral. I would like to give it to you. Yeah, the coral earring. So this is like our new fishing hooks that we can catch the fish with. It's fine. I no longer need it. As I look at you, I get a sense of what my mother wanted, what I should be doing now. I will return to my village. The reekfish can be found near the Mother and Child rocks in the waterfall basin near my village. The Mother and Child, kind of like the islands in Wind Waker. But yeah, now that leaves us. Oh no, he's still gonna be sitting here. Is this a heart piece, by the way? Let me check on this. I don't think it is, but I kind of thought this was a heart piece earlier. Well, actually, I thought it was over there. I didn't remember if that kind of takes you out to Lake Hylia. No, it's just money. All right, cool. It was worth checking though. Where am I going? There it is. Okay. So let's warp back over to Zora's domain and see if we can catch this fish to finish up for the day. That's kind of the thing that I was hoping to get to. That way we can spend all of next time going through Snow Peak and getting to the next dungeon. Oh yeah, I want to activate portals and go up to Zora's Domain. Because there is going to be a few things we can do up there. Mainly collect some Poes along the way. I don't think we can do the heart piece there until after the dungeon, I want to say. Might be a pretty short episode next time, honestly, because I'm not going to start the dungeon in that one. But we'll see what happens. I might also I might look at if there's any side stuff I could do just to fill some time before the dungeon, admittedly. Well, let's go ahead and pull out the fishing rod and take a big jump down. That's the mother and child rock right there. So we can just swim over here, catch the fish, and move along. You can also kind of see them floating about in the water here, these red ones. I just have to remember how to fish in this game because I'm clearly really bad at it, as you guys have seen. Come on, fishies. One's coming. Oh, there we go. Come here. There we go. We got a reek fish. It reeks. All right, so we drop it on the ground, transform into Wolf Link, learn the scent. And there we go. All right, now that we have the reek fish scent, we are all good. We can go up the mountain just fine and make our way to the next dungeon. So, yeah, not too bad. Not bad on progress today, really. So let's head over to this. And with that, I will be ending this part here, and I will see you guys next time. We're going to be climbing up Snow Peak. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.